In this video, you will see the power of the new NX Sketch and the ability to create fully defined sketches just by using curves and dimensions and no longer needing to use cumbersome constraints to work on your design workflows. Here we will go ahead and start to create our generic shape by drawing the circles and giving them diameters. What I will be doing throughout this demonstration is I will be constraining the geometry as we go to show you what's going on. As you can see here, the brown curves are still movable. So what I need to do is start to lock those two down. What I do is simply add dimensions to fully define where these circles belong in space. It is as simple as picking and adding the dimensions and typing in the values that I need to control where these circles go. After I create the beginning circles, the next thing I will need to do is I'm going to start adding some arcs. The thing you will notice while I'm creating the arcs is that I need the arcs to be tangent and have a value to be fully defined in this case. The first one I do is black, meaning it is defined. The second one I create, it's a little bit off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the make command for tangency to force the condition of tangency to move these curves into the position I need. Again, this does not create constraints as you are used to in traditional sketching methods. This just helps me get the curves lined up to where I need them. What I'm doing now is I'm going to continue just drawing my shape, quickly drawing a couple of lines and trimming them back, and then constraining and then dimensioning them to where they need to be. Just put an angle dimension here between the curve and the axes, and then the other one I will again create an arc. But again, this arc gets tangent at first until I type in the radius, and again now I will use the command to help me assist moving the geometry into the condition I need for tangency. Once I have all of that done, all I need to do now is dimension the height from which that curve is above, and again now I have a fully defined sketch, as you can see by all of the black curves. One of the last steps I need to do is to create the offset values around the outside of my shape to make the inner cutout. In my example, I have 3 different offset values, so what I'm going to do is work around creating the 3 different values I need to create my offset curves. Once I have all my offset curves constructed, what I need to do next is simply go back and trim the curves back using the trim command. You will notice as I'm doing trimming, the shading goes in and out. The blue shading is a nice indicator to help me understand that I have a fully enclosed volume of lines. And when I get to the end now, I see that that's done. But you will notice that my inner shape is still movable with the brown lines. So all I need to do now is quickly just add a dimension for my offset values that I created earlier. On the first two, I'll just give it an offset value, and on the last one, I'll give it the radius of the arc. As you can see, by doing that, I once again have a fully defined sketch. The very last step I need to do is just to create my circles within the other ones there for my bolt attachment points. So I will just put the one circle on top of the other arcs that are there, giving them a dimension on one, and the other one will be equal dimension. It will find it for us. And the very last one, just a new dimension. And here now I have a fully defined sketch which I can continue to use in my design process.